So welcome to this update video on Hurricane Carlos, and as you can see, Carlos has continued to struggle a little bit. It appears the things with the system at Carlos is very small, and as such, because it's so small, it can play with systems heads a little bit, and it's prone to large fluctuations in intensity, even though Carlos itself has not fluctuated in intensity much the past 24 hours. He's prone to doing that, and Carlos has been, and as such, these kind of systems are absolute mysteries, and Carlos has been no exception. First with all the track shifting, because now the models have shifted the track back to the west, by the way, trying to keep this offshore Mexico now. And since then, and while the cloud tops are trying to cool and systems trying to redevelop as a CDO kind of pattern, I mean, there's not enough there's not enough convection on the south side for me to be convinced that this is due to intensify to any degree whatsoever. Just that the south side of the storm is not too healthy right now. And the north side is not very healthy either because of all the northerly wind shear, which is nationalized at 11 knots by the ship's model. It may actually be a little bit lower than that. You can see the alpha channels don't look the greatest, but then again, it is a small system. The Air Force Hurricane Hunter aircraft investigated and found 65 to 70 knot winds, and as such, the agency recently re-upgraded the system at the latest advisory to 65 knots from 60 knots. It looked like it was actually going to go down to 55. The wind shear is continuing to pester in the system. You can see at the center may be becoming exposed. You know, I do think the eye which is displaced from the center due to the shear, maybe is confirmed by background to be like 16 miles away, or a short distance away, and still within the cloud cover, and still within the CCC pattern. If you use the shear pattern for this, you get like a T3.5. But since they're using what do you want to call it? But since they're using a CDO pattern, you're getting either a 4.0 or a 4.5 due to this. You can see on water vapor imagery 12 and the greatest. You can see a little bit dry. It's also trying to look through. Carlos has been an absolute mystery, and I don't think it's going to weaken because I think the waters are very warm. The shear is supposed to be last, so I think this dry air can kind of become less of an issue. And as a result, I think the system should probably, I'm expecting the system to maintain steady state, but with with the way Carlos is behaving, you have no idea. I will say that the core of the system and the way it's organized does not favor significant stretching. It's almost viewing kind of west northwest a little bit, maybe even a little away from the Mexican coast. So, as I said, it's not forecast to make landfall anymore. Let's take a look at the ship's analysis. So you can see it's within 5 to 10 knots of shear, and forecast at the even lower shear. We're going to see, this is mostly a wait and see game because the models have had an absolutely terrible grip on the system. This is such a mystery box. This is has to be one of the strangest systems I've ever tracked. This is probably most comparable with the Hurricane Ernesto of 2006 in the Atlantic, but this is strange. I mean, with all the track shifting, now the track shifted, now the track shifted left a little bit. Now I keep it offshore. Even though some of the models are now starting to trend maybe back to the right. Again, we'll see what happens. But the way the system follows the NEC track, though, the system will not make landfall in Mexico. Will probably end up dying in the dry air in the Gulf of California, at least according to the NEC. Even though I don't think the Gulf of California doesn't look too hostile unless you get to around 22 based on this map. So overall, these factors would normally suggest rapid strengthening, and I guess theoretically it's possible, but I'm not too keen on intensification, and no one is. I'm not going to rule it out, though. Now, on another note, in the Atlantic, we have this new invest with the Invest 91L, and I really have no idea why, and I'm beyond baffled, why this isn't a tropical storm yet, but that's for another day. This is really unacceptable, though, because this system appears to be developing a CDO pattern already. And the Air Force Hurricane Hunters pretty much confirmed a close center and 45 knot winds. That's more than enough for me to be convinced that the system is indeed a tropical cyclone. That will wrap up this video. Bye. Bye.